All right. I want to talk a little bit about the drama that has been circulating the last month and a half. Um, where do I start? Everyone was pretty much around and watching the hundreds of hours that there was about the Atsu Tectone drama, where MTash weighed in, Mr. Pokey, Gotcha Smack, Braxophone. Everyone was weighing in on this drama, and I watched it all from a third party. This is how I figured out who Hex Juice was. That was kind of cool. I actually think Hex Juice is pretty sweet after watching everything. I actually like MTash a little bit less after the Hex Juice drama, but I love MTash. MTash is great. I completely understand why they all, said and did what they did. I will say everyone kind of came out unscathed, quote unquote. I think everyone came out looking worse than when they went in. Um, I want to touch on Tectone first. So, Tectone, I've watched Tectone since I started playing Genshin. He's always been, brash. He's a self proclaimed dick, right? I think a lot of people think he's way worse than he is, right? They accuse him of things he didn't really do, and they hate him irrationally, mainly because I think he's on top. Now, I will say Tectone does literally nothing to keep you from thinking these things about him. He very much feeds into it and he makes money off it. So like that's great. Why wouldn't he? Obviously, like why wouldn't you make money off of people slandering you for a living, right? Um, I will say everyone kind of benefits from pooping on him. I think he's not a terrible dude. Like I've seen him be super super nice to other creators. I feel like his takes really aren't that bad. I feel like he trolls a lot though. Mtash kind of touched on it a bit, but essentially Tectone like seems to really enjoy the drama, and he definitely pokes the bear and doesn't censor himself like whatsoever. I think in the real world you kind of should be censoring yourself, but obviously that's just not entertaining, right? Like if you freak out on people as more of a joke, and you take things way farther than they need to go, it's more fun for people to watch, obviously. I think Tectone has very much touched on in his life that he was, abused, had a horrible childhood, all this stuff. Um, he's talked a lot about his own issues. I think he has, and I think he's mentioned this too. He has a defense mechanism, obviously, where he has a huge wall up, and if you poke him at all, he will poke you back with the fury of a thousand suns. Whether that's good or bad, I'm not really going to comment. I think it's a defense mechanism, and it is what it is. My wife's a therapist, so she knows a lot about this stuff. I don't know as much, but I think two wrongs don't really make a right, and obviously he shouldn't, retaliate with the fury of a thousand suns. But he shouldn't be poked in the first place. Thanks for the hearts. He shouldn't be getting poked in the first place, and then he shouldn't have to retaliate at all. People should, be chill and not constantly be harassing him. However, I feel like being harassed is what makes him super popular. I think his drama stuff is insanely fun to watch, and he's very, very good at farming it. So that's kind of how I feel about Tectone. I love his content. I think he's my favorite content creator right now. But I think he's a dick, which is fine. Like that's not an insult. He doesn't take it as an insult either, as far as I'm aware. I love what he's doing for smaller creators also. Like he's giving them all platforms and creating a community, which is really, really cool. Um, I'm obviously not a part of that because I'm way too small, nor would I expect to be. Um, obviously, I think it'd be cool, but I don't think I have enough value yet to add input to things. I'm new, still learning everything. The YouTube channel hasn't really been around that long. I haven't really streamed that long, and I'm fairly new in general. Where I want to be in this space is purely I want to give my opinion, have people share in the hype with me, and just watch some fun gameplay. Like I'm more of a vibe. Like I have a day job, of course. This isn't my only thing. I actually sell cars for a living, so very very different than most of the creators that we watch. And then I want to touch on Hex Juice a little bit. Um, Hex Juice came under fire this week, where someone like invaded her stream and took it hostage, and then she basically like deleted the VOD, tried to squash the beef, and then it ended up blowing up to where these people essentially were just trying to ruin her life, and they were dumb about it. I just thought that was like such a stupid nothing burger. Not for Hex Juice. I mean, like in general, like I just don't know why they did that. Like I think that's so stupid. I don't even remember what their names are. But I discovered Hex Juice recently. I think she's really cool. I like her content. I think she's funny. I like her takes. I do feel like she and Tectone both will take bits way too far, but that's funny. Like it's really not. They'll say things a lot longer than I would be comfortable saying it, but it's very funny and entertaining. I'm really enjoying, her content. When it comes to Mtashed, Mtashed is Mtashed. He's great. I've watched him since the Destiny days. Like that's how I've watched Mtashed for a really long time. I did fall off of watching him when he switched to Gacha originally, but I then swapped over to Gacha as well, and I like him a lot. I think he's great. Braxophone obviously has blown up heavily from the drama, and he's been doing great. I think my favorite blow up though. So there's two things. I have a sad thing. I love Gotcha Smack. I've been watching him ever since he blew up too. And I think he's just been busy, so he's not posting as much. But my sad thing is that I just don't see enough content from the man anymore. Like, I don't know what it is. I love watching his videos. Like, he's really entertaining. But it's been a swap. Because, like, Mr. Pokey, I never really saw any content from him before this. Now I see him all the time, and I love watching his stuff. So it's just kind of funny that the guy I really, really liked, I'm seeing less of. The guy I didn't like that much, now I do really like. I'm seeing more of. I think all these guys are great. I think I mean this to say, I don't like seeing everyone fighting with each other. I think it's really fun and entertaining, though, to watch. And everyone seems to be doing really, really well. And I'm learning a lot just from watching what everyone's been doing. I think lessons, though, to be learned. Pretty much any time the creators talk about another creator and they're bad mouthing them, it just doesn't seem to really go well. They take a lot of shots at each other. Any time that they collab and are nice to each other, I feel like they all grow from it, and it's really nice and heartwarming. And that's where we get really cool things like their Gotcha podcast. There's the Gotcha Smack and Vulcan podcast. Mr. Pokey has his like collabs with other creators. I think that's really, really cool. I love it. And I think that stuff kind of wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the insane drama that happened. I think that really benefited all of their channels a lot in terms of getting people to unite against a common threat, and then having them bond and realize, hey, these people are all actually really cool. I love that. So that's kind of my thoughts on the whole drama situation. I think people went a little overboard. I love drama. I think it's really fun. I don't really find myself in drama, though, and that's just because I'm small and irrelevant and I don't really matter. So, of course, I wouldn't. But, yeah, I'm excited to see what new drama comes out. I like watching all these people and them talking about drama. It's really entertaining. I almost like it more than the actual gameplay. It's really funny that all of my favorite content creators, minus pretty much Gotcha Smack and Mr. Pokey, I never actually see them play the game. I see them talk about the game and talk about drama in the game, and that's the only thing I ever see when it comes to them in the game. Like, that's it. So, I find that actually kind of hilarious. That's impressive, actually. If my favorite thing about you covering a game is not you playing it, that's cool. Anyway, peace out. I love all you content creators. You're all great. Only person I don't like is, out of this whole spiel, was Atsu. I think the guy's just deranged or something. I don't get it. I feel like I'm watching someone try to swindle people, and I watch people swindle people for a living. Keep in mind, like, I'm a salesman, so I know when someone's selling, and they're all trying to sell, but this dude's selling immorally, and I don't like it. I think it's stupid. So anyway, peace out, much love.